Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
I translated.
Huh? Intro, insert. It's a little late, guys, alright? Original link to the video from Starve Harv, top of the description, all the buttons, subscribed, like. Let's get started. Let's learn.
Wikipedia's timeline of British history through languages with terrible translation quality. This was the result. 55 BC. Romanian general Julius Caesar, good start, first invaded Vietnam and found a battlefield scattered off the coast of Kent. What?
Okay, I understand the concept. I wasn't really sure what this was. Just let me rewind. Okay, I get
terrible translation quality. This was the result. 55 BC. Romanian general Julius Caesar, good start, first invaded Vietnam and found a battlefield scattered off the coast of Kent. What? I like how he invaded Vietnam and it was a mistake. He ended up in Kent, which is kind of how you end up in Kent. 54 BC. Caesar invaded the country for the second time and won.
I learned that Essex isn't like a fancy place. Essex, I always thought like Essex sounds so fancy, you know? The only one that might sound more fancy are like the Shires, like Buckinghamshire and but Essex, it just sounds fancy. Like I would expect going there and like seeing gold streets and beautiful temples or well, it's Britain. I don't know, it just sounds fancy.
A third of it. BC, Caesar invaded the country for the second time and won a third of it, both invading Britain. 43 AD, Aureus Plutarchus, along with 40,000 soldiers, invaded Britain, and Clare became part of the Roman Empire, known for its triumph. 122 AD, Emperor Hadrian ordered the wall to represent the borders of the British capital, Rome in the north.
Please tell me, guys, I'm not the only one who sees like a crudely drawn tribesman in the Irish Sea. This is the Irish Sea, right? With the Isle of Man as the eye, the gun that a woman is holding pointing out into the sea, that is this kind of northwestern Wales, is like the mouth and then the nose. Does anyone see that? It's so instant. And then, of course, Ireland looks like a chickadee bird. And then you guys said Wales looks like a pig, and I can't stop seeing that either, so thank you.
Invaded Britain, and Clare became part of the Roman Empire, known
Emperor
for its
Clare.
triumph. 122 AD, Emperor Hadrian ordered the wall to represent the borders of the British capital, Rome in the north. New Rome? Bradford, it's the Rome of the North. 197, the emergency was born, the birthplace, the city. 208, the emperor and his son, Calhara, imposed a warrant directly in England. Cyprus and Caledonia built fortifications in Galman and the Dead Zone. What is the Dead Zone? Is that Scotland? Is that what they call it these days? The Dead Zone? 214. In the UK, Brittany, Gloucester, and the United Kingdom are divided into London and York, respectively. I like how Gloucester's mentioned specifically. The United Kingdom of Brittany, Gloucester, and the United Kingdom. 259, the leader...
I would like to know how many times it was translated. Did he say that at the beginning? How many times it was translated into a different language before finally giving what he's saying? But I wonder if one or two translations could actually help explain it.
Of the Brittany, Gloucester, and the United Kingdom.
Ah, yes.
259, the leader of the revolution, the Latin Post, declared Britain part of the Golden Empire. Good.
Golden
270, start building a Saxon...
Good. Yes, good.
Golden Empire. Good. 270, start building a Saxon coast and increase the penetration rate. So you want to increase the penetration rate?
Oh, God. Yes. No. Depends. Is that Bob the Builder or Mario? I can't tell.
And increase the penetration
Mario the Builder?
rate.
Oh, yes.
So you want to increase the penetration rate?
It's crucial.
274, General Victor rebelled, bowed to the Argentine, and paid tribute to the British prisoners. It's not a very good...
That was the best line yet, easily.
Paid tribute to the British... General Victor rebelled,
Yeah, General Victor, he bowed to the Argentines.
bowed to the Argentine, and paid tribute to the British prisoners.
Chippy, that's the Chippy guy.
To the Argentine, and
Sorry,
paid
I'm being
tribute to the
annoying.
British prisoners.
I have a... Anyways.
It's not a very good rebellion, this. It's like...
That's true.
286 to 296. This is not Britain. This is not Britain. Wait a
France?
minute. I'm in France. 287. It retains its power in Britain and declares itself a superpower. This is some rare it law.
You know the clown, It... They ruined it with the new one. I was scared crapless. I was going to say, shh. I'm good with not swearing on this channel. The original It was freaky, okay? Scary. The new one that came out when I was an adult, so I didn't really watch it. Not that you can enjoy it. I don't know why me being an adult had anything to do with that. But it looks stupid. It doesn't look scary at all. It looks like, oh, God, it's just a weird clown. The original It with Tim Curry, legend. Ledge, as you would say, right? Ledge. Sweet ass. That was freaky. But yeah, the new it's the opposite of scary.
You know, I think there's been it law in the past that I haven't paid attention to because, can you pay attention to anything in these videos? Karshik defeats the Charming Empire in a naval battle. 296, Julius Canos defeated England near Leicester, killed Alexis and withdrew from Fran. I don't like it when they say they withdrew from somebody. What's that mean? 297,
Penetration.
work began on the construction of a new tower near Hadrian. King Stein II returns to Goliath. The first elevator was a shooting range north of the Latin ferocious animus. Right. Okay. I understand. And then, for some reason, it just skips to 1017. I don't know why. I didn't do it. Blame Wikipedia. If you want, let me talk to Larry Page.
Nothing happened. Just say like Ethel Stan, Ethelred, and then move on to 1066.
Who owns Wikipedia? Let me talk to Mr. Wikipedia.
Oh, God. No, sir.
1017, she was found to be King of England in London. That's huge, Sheila. That's probably the biggest thing she's done. 1042, at Lambeth's wedding, he became King of England because of his alcoholism. That's how you become king. Succeeding Edward
Perfect.
as Prime Minister. 1057, on the battlefield, his Scottish son, Mar, died on her way to Lambam, where he became King of Scotland.
Lambam.
Died on her way to Lambam.
Home of the deep fried shoe?
Where he
Is that random talking, or is that a joke that I don't get?
He became King of Scotland. It's very
Wham bam.
confusing what's going on
Thank
right
you,
now.
ma'am.
Where he became King of Scotland. It's very confusing what's going on right now. 1086. The census starts with the results of some mobile books. Aren't all books mobile? 1100.
Yeah.
William was shot during a hunt for a new wife.
Is this the forest with the Black Knight? You know, in that movie with the thing with the guy and the fight. You have no arms. Sorry.
Wild animal.
Monty Python.
1100. William was shot during a hunt for a new wild animal in 2019. 1135.
shark head.
Henry died unhealthy. 1154. Stephen died of tuberculosis, and Henry's 100-year-old nephew, Henry I, was awarded the King of England prize. Congrats. Good prize, that.
Sometimes when he talks, I'm trying to think of what the original input must have been in English, and I'd imagine it said like 100 years later, his son became king or something. Nephew
was awarded the King of England prize. Congrats.
Congrats.
Good prize, that. Quite old to get the prize. 1164. Henry II meditated with Markla in the London Constitution to bring
Markla?
the Catholic bishop guilty of peace crimes to court.
He's too peaceful. Lock him up.
and present it in a secular court, you're guilty of peace crimes. You've been too peaceful. Here in the medieval period, we have to kill at least 3 people a day.
Or you're just suspicious.
Richard was arrested.
Think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? Sorry. All right.
People a day. 1192, Richard was arrested near Varney when he returned east on the order of the legendary Australian commander Leo Batavi. Richard was released after Austria received 50 tons of cash. 1230.
Yeah. He definitely, the translations definitely eventually confused pounds for like just a weight.
After Austria received 50 tons of cash. 1237.
I'm sure it was like 50 million pounds or 50,000 pounds. So 50 tons of cash.
Austria received 50 tons of cash.
Thank you.
1237. Henry II of Scotland and Alexander II signed an agreement claiming British territory in Scandinavia, Canpole, and Westland. Where are these places? 1249. Alexander III of Scotland died, and Alexander III ascended to the throne of Scotland. He's back. The return of the king, literally. 1266, the political entities of Scotland and Norway inherited the Spanish Treaty, which led to the demarcation of the Soviet Union. 1272,
Nice.
After the death of Henry X Nom X.
Okay. It would have been like what? Like Henry the Fifth? No, Henry the Fourth. So IX, maybe it confused. I'm trying to think of how the translation could have gotten to this. No,
I don't know. Is that actually Roman numerals? He's one of the numbers.
I don't think N and U are Roman numerals, are they? Maybe U is. X and M are.
One of the Henrys. Edward received the throne of the first generation of Englishmen. 1277, English United, which lasted until 1283. I hope it's you. I hope it's you. To 1282, Assyria's Lenahate Khan resigned as throne. I think the throne was a person just sitting there.
Okay.
1283, Duffy Abo
I'm having a fun time. This is a great concept.
person just sitting there. 1283, Duffy Abo Crawford died and Wales were won by England. Don't talk about 1287. 1294,
What?
the madcap Apollodia. What?
Greek.
The huh? Well, you just can't make up words. What is madcap Apollodia? 1305, William Wallace, an anti-Japanese Scottish militant, has been arrested on court charges and confronted by Britain.
What's going on with you? What are you talking about?
The world's first racist. 1307, following the death of Edward, Edward became King of England in 2018. It took him a while, but he came back. They're all coming back. 1214, Scotland beat England in the Battle of Penang Burgoon.
Classic battle.
Huh? That sounds like some place in Cambodia. What's Burgoon?
Phnom
That's some
Penh.
kind of goon burger that I don't want to taste. 1222, King Edward II defeated them on the battlefield of Poboris.
Voldemort.
1227,
That was a
Church
bad
3,
joke by
Edward-
me. I meant because... Forget it. That was horrible.
Battlefield of Poboris. 1227, Church 3, Edward Church. Edward II is killed. 1377, the death of his brother, Richard II, attracted the British king. I don't want to know.
Seduce.
1399, Henry Brooks gave birth to the British throne.
Guys, I just want to point out it's kind of cool because how rivers work. You see how it's kind of brown? Well, that would be the sediment. Anyways,
1390.
I don't know. Okay, sorry.
And attracted the British king? I don't want to know. 1399, Henry Brooks gave birth to the British throne and became Henry IV. I mean, that's kind of a better reason to become king than you're an alcoholic. 1413, Henry IV is dead. Oh. And his son, Henry V. But he's also dead, or is just saying his, yeah. 1415, Henry V returns to England after a landslide victory on the battlefield of Arkansas. Well done.
No matter how many times you translate something into a different language, how can it confuse something in the 1400s being copied and pasted, translated, to a U.S. state? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a landslide victory, bro. He won all the votes.
I'm not going
on
to
the
question it.
And then Henry killed 4, and Edwards climbed to the British throne in 2018. A lot's happening in 2018. I was going to say a lot to look
Stone
forward
at
to,
Scoon.
but then that's 6 years ago. 1509, England have arrested Henry VIII and Caitlin Arabio. Is this woman? What has she done? What has she done? 1534, a good job ago, as Henry VIII suggested. 1547, King Edward IV's hat. 1549, England is divided into the southern west. Up to the throne in England, says Marley. Thank you, Marley. 1560, the US Senate
Cornwall
has
gets
passed a bill
independence.
to reform churches in Scotland. I'm just going to ignore 1571. Don't want to talk about that. 1582.
Oh, of course. 1/U 0001.
Just going to ignore 1571. Don't want to talk about that. 1582. This has sparked a row between the Knights of Edinburgh University in Scotland. Okay. Whoa, what are you doing, mate? Where's me bloody armor going?
I love that helmet.
1587, Marley, the Queen of England. Okay, I can see why they were talking about English affairs now. And the Queen of Scots' decision to deliver the goods to Northamptonshire on the 8th of February. 1592, Scout and Asian Book 5 implements the Church of Scotland's Golden Rule Book, which has authority over the elderly community. 1605,
Enslaving
Guy
grandparents?
Fawkes. That's a good one. And others tried to undermine Queen James IV first.
Hey. That's probably the most accurate one, like, statement so far, so fine.
And the British Parliament. 1606, in England, King James I declared a row between Virginia. Why do they keep having rows around here? 1625, England v Scotland, James IV.
Hey, I think Virginia could have been a thing at this time. Because Virginia was the first. That was Jamestown? Okay.
James
Not
I
bad.
declared a row between Virginia. Why do they keep having rows around here? 1625, England v Scotland, James IV. I'm dying. 1707, America was born
Yes.
and became queen. 1721, Robert Werber became the first president of the United States. Don't you remember? 1762,
Excuse me?
the third generation of Potterbury studs has become president. And then 1763, Jerry Basriel, Zori. Is this some kind of like spell I've just cast? 1766, according to the Declaration of Independence, the new government has accepted it. The world's first steel bridge, an iron bridge, was built in Slovakia. Okay, Thanks for the update. Thanks for the news. 1801, the United Kingdom and...
Hey, I've actually watched a video on that, I think. I definitely have. Somewhere in England.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the update. Thanks for the news. 1801, the United Kingdom and Uzbekistan are already involved. King III is the first king. 1809, he is president. Well then. 1810, the discovery of the ice monster was first discovered in Mary Anning. What ice monster? Hello? 1815, there was a
Polar
battle
bear.
for water. What's going on? 1833, slavery of the British Empire.
Hey, I think this could have been around this time. I think the U.S. in northern New England, modern day Maine, which I think was part of Massachusetts maybe at the time, but had some beefing with British Canada. Canada wasn't its own thing yet, about water in like the Maine Canada border. So it could have been what it was talking about.
What's going on?
Maybe. Maybe that's a stretch.
1815, there was a battle for water. What's going on? 1833.
Oh my God. Battle of Waterloo. Never mind.
15, there was a battle for water. What's
I'm
going
an idiot. I'm looking at the Napoleonic thing.
on? 1833, slavery of the British Empire was confirmed in 1833. The Conservatives
up.
were born. 1838, apricot seals, two types of the word stamps. 1842, at the beginning of the
Is an apricot a peach?
peace stamps. 1842, at the beginning of the peace, income tax was introduced. It's over. 1848, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels has expressed the hypocrisy of the communists. Pro-capitalist Karl Marx
Let's
can't
go.
hurt you, he's not real. 1854, Dr. John Snow has discovered water contaminated with the virus. Hello? 1887, virus detective Sherlock Holmes first appears in the book. There's a lot of virus talk going on. 1901, Queen Victoria died and King Edward II takes the throne. He said he would be back. The Treaty of That Body was signed by Great Britain and France. 1911, Queen Mary is a latecomer. Under the Act of Parliament of 1918, more than 30 women were allowed to vote for the first time. Technically true.
Not wrong.
I think there's like several leaders in the country because Bonar Law becomes Prime Minister. Stanley Baldwin is the chairman, and
Wait, is that the year of British women's suffrage? I thought it was 1918. Like a year before the U.S.? That could be right, though.
Zamat, Prime Minister. Stanley Baldwin is the chairman, and Ram Zamat is the president. In 1926, the England captain was not disappointed. According to the People's Congress Act of 1928, women have the right to choose men above the age of 21, okay? 1929, Ray became McDonald's vice president. After my
Trailer Park Boys mention.
1929, Ray became McDonald's vice president. After my autonomy in Canada, I noticed an increase in knowledge from Canada. And then 1934, LNE 34472222 FNOS 22 FNOS FNOS Allen is on the verge of a crackdown on The Hague. He's had enough. He's been persecuted for his name. 1938, Elnera 4468 Doncaster Greenery broke the record of the fastest field.
Hey, nice grass.
203 kilometers per hour. 1948, King Angie of the United States. I don't know what's going on over there. I think we have to ignore it. Otota thought it was the first budget and thought it was the word of the first author who thought it was the author's word. Roger Steyer had 4 minutes to go. Okay, I got some bad it law.
The only way I can imagine words being changed, like names, is if you have a name that means something in the same spelling in a different language, and that's how it changes. So I guess that makes sense.
Steyer had 4 minutes to go.
I don't want to overthink this.
Okay, I got some bad it law. 1965, it is dead. The 1967
The new one, good.
Offences Act legalizes men over the age of 21. Finally. Before, when you reach 21, that was it. Made it pretty tricky for women to choose men over 21. 1971, the Liberal Democrats, a few days before the British digital currency. They got like crypto going on in the past. 1984, the attack on the British miners was a huge explosion and a struggle against the government's ban on British coal mining. Marguerite Silesia. 1986, the soap opera's Easter drama became the most popular show in the UK with 30.1 million mirrors. That's a lot of mirrors. 1996, Dolly became the first mammal produced by Coke. He became president of Tanzania. Because why not? 2003, Britain and the United States invades Iraq. It was just some money. 2014,
Not wrong. Hey.
Scottish independence was transferred to the Soviet Union and moved quietly. Okay, Scotland's gone. That's just part of the Soviet
Capitalist Karl Marx and Soviet Scotland. Okay.
Union now. Just write it off. Don't worry about it. Sorry, 2016, Britain voted through the European Union and Qatar. 2018, the Prophet Muhammad was born in Cambridge. Okay. 2019, the resolution referred to the Brexit deal as a surrender to the current public and the largest recall
We're just gonna do what the public wants? What?
2019, the resolution referred to the Brexit deal as a surrender to the current public.
I mean,
the largest recall conference in history failed. 2021, 70-year-old British Princess Elizabeth II will take over the British throne on Thursday, and then Queen Elizabeth II dies at age 96. Damn. From Thursday to now, that aged her quite a lot. And then 2023, the king is Charles III, Camilla III. Camilla is king and throne of England, and president of Camilla and other parts of the Commonwealth. All hail Camilla, the true king.
that was fantastic. And she's actually the second person to turn into a throne in the video. All hail Camilla, throne of England. I loved that. That was very enjoyable. Cool concept, and it couldn't have been more funny, honestly. Love y'all. Hope you guys are all doing well. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Would appreciate any comments down below, and hopefully I see you guys next time. All right. Bye, guys.